everything you wanted out of life, or that you want out of life, is just 20 feet away where the other platform is. It's not that far. It's not that deep. But it's raw sewage, and it's yucky and muddy and nasty and dirty and, whatever the adjectives that would describe just nastiness. Are you willing to go through that? Would you be willing to go through that? My guess would be less than 1% of all of us is willing to go through that. Knowing, seeing your dreams and everything you want out of life is just 20 feet away. 99% of us would be, put my head under some sewage? Never. Not in a million years. You see, I describe this shit room not to be disgusting, not to be grotesque or whatever, but to be very stark in the imagery in your brain on what it takes to be successful in this life. Bam! Yo, what's up, everybody? This is the End-to-End Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Yun Win. You know my friends call me the Ninja. You all can call me Ninja too. This is the End-to-End Podcast, the beginning to the end, the alpha to the omega, talking about life, entrepreneurship, motivation, inspiration, and offering you morsels in this all-you-can-eat buffet called life. Back in the Bohemian Studios, just want to thank everyone for the support thus far. It's been about 4 months since the official launch of the End-to-End Podcast, and I am more than stoked and appreciative of the support we've gotten so far. Over 5,000-6,000 subscribers and followers across all platforms, over 100,000 views, several hundred downloads. I am just overwhelmed by the reception that we've had, and so I want to thank you all for the love and support. It's been a great journey, a great start to this journey, and I'm glad you all are with me. For those of you who are new to the podcast, by training and education, I'm a physician, also an attorney, have a law firm in Houston, Texas that has nationwide reach. We've helped thousands of clients get tens of millions of dollars for their injuries. But I'm also involved in other various business entrepreneurship endeavors in technology, healthcare, sports and entertainment. So overall, just in a variety of things. And it's through this multi-decades of experience that I want to share with you all the knowledge and experience I've gained. So hopefully you all can live up to the mantra of what I like to say, living up to your fullest controllable potential. Our goal here is to affect, in a positive way, billions of lives across the planet, in the large grand scheme of things, to bring love, light, and joy, and inspire. And so through this podcast or any other podcast, if you find value, something you learn, something you laughed about, something inspirational, please do like, share, comment, and subscribe and follow. Please share it with your friends and family. That's the only way we grow as we're slowly building our audience. So once again, this is the N2N podcast. You can find us on all platforms with full episodes on iTunes, YouTube, and Spotify. The other thing I'll point out is that if you have any questions from your audience, I always welcome that feedback. You can always email in at ask@the2npodcast.com. I'll get your questions, and if it's relevant to what we're talking about, business, inspiration, entrepreneurship, whatever the case may be, I'll answer it in one of these future episodes. But I can't, again, thank you all for the love and support, and I'm overwhelmed by the reception thus far. I've had feedback like, brilliant. This podcast is brilliant, and that is way beyond my wildest expectations. Just wanting to share the message and bring value to this world. So today we have a very special episode because I'm going to take you on a journey. But don't get your hopes up. We're not going to go too far. This is a journey in your mind, and this is very relevant to how you find some people successful in getting to their goals and dreams, and some people not. And so in this journey, we're actually not going to go anywhere. But in your mind, I want you to close your eyes and visualize you walk through a door. Okay, you're leaving a hallway, you walk through a door, you open the door, and you're on a platform. And leading down this platform is a series of steps. And then there's a empty room, essentially. And on the other side, let's say about 20 feet away, is a series of steps leading up to another platform and another door. And there's only one direction you can go. You can go forward or you can go back. Okay, so that's the journey we're going through today. Now, I want you to imagine on the other platform across the room and behind the door over there, you can see all your dreams, all your life's fulfillment, all your happiness, whatever you want out of life. Money, cars, clothes, exotic watches, happiness, family, fulfillment, your dream job, whatever it is that you are looking for, that is at the door on the other side of the room. Okay? So naturally, you want to get to the other side. Okay? So, in this visualization now, there's nothing in the room. Nothing, down the steps, across the room, up the steps, there's nothing there. Literally, you could sprint across the room and grab whatever's on the other side. Again, whatever you dream of in this world, in this lifetime, in this experience is on the other side, right? So now we start with nothing in the room and you can sprint across the room. Of course, everyone would do that. I would do that. You would do that. My family would do that. My friends would do that. Strangers would do it if you knew it were that easy just to run across the room and get what you want. Okay? Now, this is where it gets really dirty in a literal sense. Okay? In a literal sense. Now, same room. You're at the platform. You open the door. You're at that platform. Stairs down, stairs up. Other side is all your dreams and wishes. Now, literally, I want you to picture, and this is going to sound grotesque, but it's part of the exercise. Literally, I want you to picture about an ankle's deep worth of sewage and shit. Okay? This is what I call the shit room exercise because it's a visualization. Think of an ankle deep. I don't know if you can see this on the camera, but ankle deep of sewage and shit in the room. The question would be, are you willing to walk through that 2, 3, 4, 5 inches worth of shit to go up the other stairs, the other door, and get all that you wanted for out of life? Arguably, a lot of us would still go easily, right? Because it's everything we wanted out of life on the other side of the room. But now, there's a small percentage of us that would not be willing to go through that. Okay? Now, picture the same thing. Now, we got a knee full level worth of sewage and shit in the shit room. Ask yourself, how many of you would be willing to wade through a knees deep worth of shit to go get all of your dreams? Now, a lot of us still would go. Yes, that's true. A lot of us still would. But now a bigger percentage would be unwilling to go that far, right? Now they're walking back out the other direction. Or at least they would pause and hesitate and really think about it before wading into that knee level full of shit. Obviously, naturally, the third scenario to envision is now a waist full of shit and raw sewage. Okay? Are you willing to go through that, 20 feet of that, to go up the stairs the other side and get all of your dreams and wishes, everything you wanted out of life? Now, I would say probably 50-50 now. 50-50. 50 would say, yeah, let's go. 25% probably would hesitate and change their mind. 25% wouldn't even consider it. Ew, it's too gross, too sticky. I don't know what's in there. It stinks like hell. Ooh, nasty. I don't want to get my hands dirty, etc., etc. All these excuses. Now we're at chest level. Chest level, right? Obviously, as the shit pile gets deep, higher and higher, and you get deeper and deeper, you don't get to move as quick through it. How many of you would be willing to go across that room full of chest-high shit and sewage, knowing and seeing your dreams on the other side of the room, the shit room? Okay? Fewer and fewer percentage is willing to go through that. Now we're at neck level. Neck level full of shit. You're gonna have to slog an inch by inch by inch. You gotta wade yourself through this sewage and shit to get to your dreams on the other side. Right? It might get on your face, in your mouth, up your nose, in your ears. Nasty, raw sewage and shit. You don't know what's in it. Bacteria, sludge, who knows? Poison. Are you willing? Are you willing to go through that to get everything you want out of life just 20 feet away? It's going to take twice as long, maybe 3 times. But your vision is right across, your dreams, your reality is right across the way. Oh, man, I probably am going to guess maybe 10% of us are willing to do that. Maybe less, 5%. Everyone else throwing up, disgusted, no way, no how. I ain't going to get that. Shit's going to get in my mouth, no way. I can't do that. Stinks too bad. I'm about to throw up. I'll be all messy on the other side. And the last scenario of this shit room is now the depth of the shit and sewage is above your head. So literally, you're going to have to bob up and down across 20 feet of sludge and sewage to get across the room. It's covered. You know it's getting in your mouth. You know it's going up your nose. You know it's in your ears, under your fingernails. It's everywhere. You're going to be covered in it by the time you get to the other side. But yet again, everything you wanted out of life, or that you want out of life, is just 20 feet away where the other platform is. It's not that far. It's not that deep. But it's raw sewage, and it's yucky and muddy and nasty and dirty and whatever the adjectives that would describe just nastiness. Are you willing to go through that? Would you be willing to go through that? My guess would be less than 1% of all of us is willing to go through that. Knowing, seeing your dreams and everything you want out of life is just 20 feet away. 99% of us would be, put my head under some sewage? Never. Not in a million years. You see, I describe this shit room not to be disgusting, not to be grotesque or whatever, but to be very stark in the imagery in your brain on what it takes to be successful in this life. You see, that shit, that sewage represents all the hardship that you have to go through in order to reach your dreams and your goals. All of that. And that's why less than 1% of citizens, people, get to that ultra high level. I'm not even there yet. Okay? But it's the willingness to go through that stuff that gets you to your destination. You see, that sewage, that shit is late nights, early mornings, failure, disappointment, failure, disappointment, sweat, blood, starting over, literally crawling on your hands and knees, doing whatever it takes giving up time, sacrificing enjoyment with your friends, sacrificing friendships and relationships, opportunity costs, hate, criticism, disbelief. It's all that. Loneliness. It's all that shit. That sewage represents all that and more times 1,000. Are you willing to go through that? So the fundamental question is, how much shit are you willing to endure to get to your dreams and your goals just 20 feet away? You see, a lot of us, it stinks. It's dirty. It's nasty. It smells bad. You know what those are? Those are just excuses in your mind. In real life, it would be, I'm tired. I can't do that. I don't have the time. I've got other things. I've got to go somewhere else. I don't have the money. Well, shit, YouTube is free. You can learn anything on the internet, right? This podcast, for example, is free. Knowledge is given to you freely, or at least experiences, right? But the whole, I don't have time. No one else is doing it. I got to hang out with my friends. I got to take care of this. Let me sleep in an extra 30 minutes. Let me take a nap, right? I'll say naps are good when you need it, when your body is calling for it. But it's all these excuses that prevent us from taking that first step into that pile of sewage, or that next step, getting ankle deep, getting knees deep, getting waist deep, chest, neck, submerged in this pile, right? But the secret is, once you've mentally gotten to that place where you're willing to put up with any shit, you become unstoppable. And when you're unstoppable, and when you're invincible, and when you realize that you're able and willing to deal with any kind of shit thrown your way, that dream is just around the corner. You're going to get there. I know for a fact, you're going to get there. For me, I had dreams and goals. I have them still. You know, I've reached some. I've got a whole lot more. I've got a long way to go to where I want to be. But academically, getting into the schools, getting into the programs I got into, it was hard. It was challenging. But you had to be willing to put up with shit. No fraternities, no pledging, no going to parties. Friends going to parties, I'm reading textbooks, right? Friends invite me out for golf, I'm having to do anatomy lab, right? Getting called to do this thing, sacrificing this thing, I'm having to read case law. I'm having to write briefs. I'm having to do these things to build. But that's the shit you have to put up with in order to get to your goals, right? So fundamentally, when it comes down to it, when it comes down to the idea of how much are my dreams worth to me? Take yourself back. Envision yourself back into the shit room. It's gross, it's nasty, but it's supposed to be, because the road to success is gross and nasty and full of disappointment. It's an illustration. It's an example. Think of it and ask yourself, how much shit are you willing to put up with if you could see and realize your dreams just 20 feet away? You see, for me, seeing what my parents went through, reflecting on what I've been through, the ups and downs, the failures, the successes, there's literally nothing that I would not be willing to put up with to get to where I want to go. Now, am I that 1%? Well, not yet, but I'm certainly up there. I'm still on my journey, but I've already convinced myself that I'm willing to put up with literally anything to get to where I want to go. Okay? And that's what, for me and my mentality, for me personally, that's what makes me unstoppable and invincible. You can be too. Once you understand and come to the realization that you are willing to put up with any amount of shit to get to your goals and dreams. This podcast hopefully will get you to that point, get you that mental state. And I'm willing to support whoever. Email me, ask@the2n podcast.com. Email me and I'll be there to help you and support you, because I know what it takes and what you have to go through to get to that level of success. Okay? I hope this helps you bring a visual to your mind of what it takes to be successful. Become invincible, become unstoppable. Be willing to put up with a lot of shit. This is the End-to-End Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Yun Win. Remember, if you found value in this, liked it, enjoyed it, got a moment of pleasure out of it, please do like, share, comment, and follow. Subscribe to all platforms. Full episodes are on iTunes, Spotify, and YouTube. Just search at the N2N podcast, and then you find us on all social media platforms. Thanks for your time and listening today, and I will look forward to talking to you again very soon.
What's up, man? What's up?